Can I just do this? Is that enough of a statement? No, I'm just kidding. It's just about finding ways to win. And I felt like we got a lot of good looks tonight that didn't fall for us, shots that we need to keep taking. We made it a little bit more difficult on ourselves, but you got to give Chicago credit. I mean, they keep coming at you. They're a team that's gotten better every single game, more confident every single game, and they put a lot of pressure on you. And they just they did a great job of keeping us uncomfortable, using their physicality, making things really difficult. Glad we found a way to win and made some big plays on both ends down the stretch. I mean, Nay coming in and taking that charge. AT knocking down those free throws, Marina knocking down shots, making the right read and the right play at the end of the ball game. So it takes us all. It's going to continue to take us all. And while we're still in our evolution of finding ourselves offensively, I like what we did. We just got to make some shots.
Taking questions, Maggie?
You went back to your normal startup lineup, having Marina off the bench. Did you like that? Did you feel like that worked with her kind of coming off and being able to spark for you guys?
Yeah, I like what she was able to give us off the bench. Certainly, her ability to come in and be a shot maker, be a playmaker is important. We still started slow, it's just going to be a recording it's said every day. There's got to be a time, where we come out and we, for lack of a better term, throw the first punch. Right. And we haven't, I didn't love that we had to play everybody so many minutes, but at the same time, this is what happens. It's a grind. This league is a grind, and, every single win is important, and being able to find a way to win was big for us.
Eden?
You guys are a team that really pride yourself on defense. In those last couple defensive possessions, what did you see from your team that you liked?
Energy, attention to detail, activity level, communication. When we wane or ebb and flow in those areas, teams are able to take advantage. It's got to be there consistently. We fortunately have been able to turn it on, but teams are too good. And when you head into the playoffs, it's got to be at an elite level all the time.
Coach, the veteran team, it's not often that I imagine it to work with their emotion levels, but tonight's game seemed to be, from the get-go, all players are getting a little bit high, a little more physical, and getting a little bit more intense with the energy. How was it for you to balance that, to remind players to hone that energy and to hone that aggression on both ends of the court?
I think it's more, not necessarily honing it. It's just channeling it in the right way, right? Not letting that energy be a distraction, not letting it, take you out of what we want to do, using it as motivation, using it as adrenaline in a positive way. So it's natural. Players are competitors. Certainly when you're a player who is playing against your old team, for the first time, there's always going to be energy. When you're playing against elite players, there's always going to be energy and competitive fire. That's what makes sport. I think we just have to continue to remind them in certain moments to channel it in the right way.
Emily?
You guys had Angel scoreless for the whole first half. I mean, just how did you feel like your forwards kind of navigated the matchup with their front court too in the first and then kind of in the second?
I didn't even know we held her scoreless in the first half. I mean, her activity level was just so good. She even if she's not scoring the basketball, she's making plays. She's getting opportunities for her teammates. She's getting offensive rebounds. She's an elite rebounder. That's a skill set that she came into this league with. Her offensive game is continuing to grow. I think she's showing more versatility that she has, showing the versatility that she has. But her activity level is elite. It makes her really tough to defend. So, for us, it's always about just trying to make teams shoot the toughest possible shots that we can. But we also have to finish plays with defensive boards.
The Sky went on a 6-0 run to start the fourth. You caught the quick timeout. With the vet group, do you necessarily have to say anything? Or did you say anything, or was it the players that said anything?
I don't remember exactly, what was said at that point. I'm sure it was something along the lines of, okay, that's their run. That's their run. We've got to channel our emotion. I think that was, it wasn't in the third quarter when it got a little bit heated. And it's, hey, we have to use it in the right way, right? Like, we've got to make sure that we're keeping the main thing. We got to, we got to lock in, and we got to make a run of our own. We got to answer.
Before the break, you said that you felt like Dejanay could win, most improved
Mhm.
and also be on the all defensive team. If you were to make a case for her at this point, what would you say?
I'd say the same thing. Like Nay has taken a huge jump. Not only in terms of production, but it's tough when you go from being a player who comes in as a 6-man role, who's an energy changer, to being a player who's depended on for long periods of time in a starting lineup on a veteran team. She has elevated her game in every way. She's been consistent. She's been productive. She's been instrumental in every one of our wins. And whether she's scoring the basketball or whether she's defending the best perimeter player, her ability to make plays for us has been huge. I still think she's the most improved player in the league. I think she's a first team all defensive player in this league. I'd even venture to say if you really dive into the numbers and find out what opponents' best perimeter players are shooting when she's their matchup, that you could actually make a case for her for defensive player of the year.
Maggie?
You guys have a quick turnaround of New York tomorrow night. Just what are your plans for tonight and tomorrow morning?
Rest, sleep, recover. We've got to get on the road. We're not one of those teams that has the home and home back to back. So we've got to continue to travel. So for us, it's we got to get on the road as quick as possible. We got to get recovery while we're on the road. We'll rest in the morning, watch film, do a little bit of a walkthrough at the hotel and get on the floor and go.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yep. Thank you.